Halfway between reading a softcore porn mag from 1976 and playing King's Quest on your dad's work computer, it's Leisure Suit Larry. Released in 1987 to annoy game retailers with something they literally cannot sell to kids, the game was an underground hit.
What is it?
Whilst them pesky retailers didn't want anything to do with this filth, the game was a commercial success through word of mouth. I don't know who's keeping these stats, but apparently it was especially popular with the ladies and pirated heavily in the Soviet Union. The game itself is a classic Sierra adventure, with the main character Larry, a mid-30s virgin trying to find the girl of his dreams in Las Vegas, with hilarious comedic results. Whilst it's basically a point-and-click adventure, there's no clicking. You control Larry by using the arrow keys to swagger in your chosen direction and the command prompt to type in what you want him to do. It's basically the same sort of thing you'd find at the bottom of the screen in Monkey Island, but you type it all in. It doesn't know basic stuff like check and load game, but you know, games are dumb sometimes. Once you get the hang of the kind of words it's actually partial to, you'll be fine. Until you're a few inches left of a door handle and have to reposition Larry so he can open the door, but The challenge of the game itself is to get laid with the girl of your dreams by completing item puzzles and exploring the environment. The game is incredibly open-ended, and like most Sierra adventure games, it'll kill you at the drop of a hat. From getting a fatal STD from unprotected sex to drowning in toilet water at Lefty's bar, there's many interesting and unique ways to die. In fact, it's usually easier to die than it is to progress. Make sure you save often. Every puzzle you complete and thing you do, no matter what it is, you get a few points which is added to your score. The problem is that the game is very open-ended, to the point where I had no idea what to do for ages. Stuff like making it mandatory to check the same wall 5 times in a bathroom to get a secret password for a door that I didn't know needed one would have taken me hours. Luckily, this is the age of internet guides. Whilst a lot of enjoyment can be had with the interactivity and environments and people in the game, there is a very specific and sometimes nonsensical way to reach the victory screen at the end. Whilst it's obvious no one is going to be playing Leisure Suit Larry to experience pixelated naughty bits in an age where there's 2,000 hot singles in your area, the main reason to play this game is that it's also just side-splittingly funny. Nearly every line of text in this game had me chuckling. Its humor is just lowbrow enough to be enjoyable on a base level, and when it isn't being lowbrow, it's mocking itself for being lowbrow. You're a guy who, as part of the story, gives the girl of his dreams a ring you found in the bathroom sink of a bar, and every time he talked to a pretty girl, you had to cringe because of just how terrible he was at talking to women. But a lot of the funniest stuff you had to discover yourself. If you call the number on the side of the payphone, you can get a questionnaire about your favorite partner and sex act, only to have your fictional partner call you back and repeat what you typed in. It was totally ridiculous, and I loved it. Even the game's age verification is pretty damn funny. It closes if you type anything under 18 and warns you about overstimulation if you're over 70. But there are some inappropriate and unacceptable stereotypes as a product of the game's age, so if you think this might bother you, then feel no shame in passing it up. My only criticism is that you had to win multiple rounds of blackjack and play the slot machines at several points throughout the game because there was just no other way I found to earn enough money to afford the various expenses.
What?
Excuse me, ma'am, don't you think you've gambled enough?
No.
But luckily, you can just save scum your way to victory. Save after every win, reload after every loss. Sometimes it's good to be bad. The game took me 3 hours to explore until I resorted to a guide, and then I played it again knowing what to do and beat it in an hour. The game is sadly the same every time and has very few Easter eggs to look around for and explore, but for less than $1 on GOG, it was a great buy. Leisure Suit Larry is a product of its time, but encapsulates it very well. A cartoony bubble of 1980s weirdness and lewdness, and you're trapped in the middle of it, trying not to drown in toilet water.